네, 안녕하세요. 네, 오늘은 ESL 클래스를 하겠습니다. 네, 그러면은 let's move on. 네, 오늘 today topic은요. This one is forming questions. Forming questions, okay? So this is looking at just questions. So let's look at the definition for today. So, if a statement uses be or an auxiliary verb, its question form is made by inverting that verb and the subject. And any other question is formed by adding do or does. Okay? So, let's rewrite these sentences as questions. Okay? So 여기 세 개 있죠? 여기 세 개에다가 we're gonna make it into questions. Okay? So the first one, 여기에서는, let's see. He was snowboarding in Canada last week. So 우리가 이 sentence를 we have to make it into a question. 질문에다가 이거를 form해야 돼요. Okay? So the sentence into questions. So 제가 먼저 이거를 question number one을 할게요. So he was snowboarding in Canada last week. 그러면 let's make it into a question. How would we make it into a question? We would do, was he snowboarding in Canada last week? Question mark. 그래서 이렇게 해야 돼요. Okay? So was he snowboarding in Canada last week? That makes it into a sentence. 그쵸? So it's going to be, was he snowboarding in Canada last week? Okay? 이거는 정답입니다. Okay? 네, 그러면은 여기 두 개에서 now I'm gonna let you try. Okay? 우리 선생님들 여기에서 두 번째 question은 Jonah has lived in San Jose for more than 10 years. Okay? Jonah has lived in San Jose for more than 10 years. 그래서 선생님들은 제가 힌트를 줄게요. When we're making it into a question, 그쵸? 질문으로 만들 때, we have to look at the auxiliary verb. Has, was. 그쵸? 그래서 제가 처음에는, when I was writing the first question, I used the verb in front. 그쵸? Was he snowboarding in Canada last week? He was snowboarding in Canada last week. 그래서 we just have to switch it. 그쵸? Was and he. 이거를 switch 해야 되죠. So, then let's look at Jonah. Jonah has lived in San Jose for more than 10 years. 그러면은 우리 질문으로 만들 때 제가 이 힌트를 줬으니까 선생님들 제가 10 seconds 주고 정답으로 말할게요. 네, 그러면은 선생님들 여기에서 the answer is, has Jonah lived in San Jose for more than 여기에서 잠시만요. 여기에서 has Jonah lived in San Jose for more than 10 years? Question mark. 이렇게 해야 되죠. Has Jonah lived in San Jose for more than 10 years? 이거는 정답입니다. Okay, remember we're switching the auxiliary verb with the noun. So has Jonah lived? 이렇게 돼요. For more than 10 years. 네, 그러면은 이거 다 끝났으니까 number 3. Okay, this one is you remember to buy some water. 네, 이거는 조금 어려워요. We have to find the verb. Okay? So this one, when we make it into a sentence, we have to find the auxiliary verb and put it in. Okay? 그래서 제가 10 seconds 더 줄게요. Okay. 네, 그러면은 여기에다가 the answer is did you remember to buy some water? Did you remember to buy some water? 이거는 정답입니다. So the auxiliary verb we're going to use is did. Okay? Did you remember? Okay? Did. 그리고 여기에서는 past tense이죠. 그래서 that's why we use did. Does you remember to buy some water? 이거는 안 되죠. 그래서 did you remember to buy some water? 이거는 정답입니다. 오케이? 네, 그러면은 제가 이거 다 끝났으니까 이거를 클리어하고 넘어갈게요. 네, okay. This one is next. So, Katie and Paul are getting married in June. 이거는 또 똑같아요. Okay, we're just gonna rewrite the sentences as questions. Okay, so 제가 10 seconds 주고 선생님들은 한번 이거 문제 solve 하세요. 네, 선생님들. Okay, so we're gonna make this into a sentence. So 이거는 Katie and Paul are getting married in June. So it would be, is Katie and Paul getting married in June? Okay. 그리고 another way is, of course, are Katie and Paul getting married in June? 이거는 제가 두 가지를 왜 썼는지 제가 이해를 설명드릴게요. 왜냐면은 is Katie and Paul getting married in June? 이거는 더 casual form이니까 that's why I'm using is. 이거는 whenever we talk in general, we're gonna use simple words. 이거는 conversational하게 that's how we're going to use it. 근데 우리가 formal하게 쓸 때 we're gonna use are. This one is more formal. Okay? So whenever we use is Katie and Paul getting married in June? 이거는 conversationally 이렇게 말할 수 있고 근데 우리가 professionally 하게 이렇게 formal하게 쓰면 are Katie and Paul getting married in June? 이렇게 써야 돼요. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Okay, 그러면은 let's look at this. Let's look at our fifth one. June took a flight to Seoul 10 days ago. He took a flight to Seoul 10 days ago. Okay? So, 이거는 우리 같이 한번 해볼게요. 네, 그래서 여기에서는 June took a flight to Seoul 10 days ago. So how do we start this question? 왜냐면은 we don't see any auxiliary verb, 그쵸? 그래서 we're gonna use did June take a flight to Seoul 10 days ago? 이렇게 써야 돼요. 제가 저번에 말씀하실 때 I couldn't find an auxiliary verb, 그쵸? 그래서 I used did. 근데 did, this is past tense. Okay? And because it was past tense, 여기에서 I had to switch it. This is past tense. So I used the auxiliary verb for past tense, did. 근데 I changed it from took to take. Did June take a flight to Seoul 10 days ago? 이렇게 써야 돼요. Okay? 네, 그러면 now let's look at the 마지막 거. This one is Maya goes swimming every evening. Maya goes swimming every evening. So, auxiliary verb은 goes. 근데 it's not really. So now we need to find the auxiliary verb. We're just going to plug it in. So, does. 이거는 does. Because it's present tense, 그쵸? They're using present tense for goes. So, does Maya go swimming every evening? 이렇게 써야 됩니다. So, of course, we're going to look. 여기는 present tense. PR. This is present tense. So, we're going to use present tense for the auxiliary verb. Okay. AV. Does Maya go? We switched it. Does Maya go swimming every evening? 이거는 정답입니다. 오케이? 네, 그러면은 우리 이거 다 끝났으니까 이거를 넘어갈게요. Okay, now we're gonna look at which one is correct. Which verb is correct to use in this sentence? Okay, so which one is correct? Has you finished your homework or have you finished your homework? Okay, 그러면 제가 5 seconds 주고 정답으로 줄게요. 네, 그러면은 정답은 have. Have you finished your homework? Okay, because this is past tense. Have you finished your homework? Has you finished your homework은 안 되죠? Okay, 그러면은 now let's look at second one. Do she work at a bank or does she work at a bank? 또 5 seconds 줄게요. Okay, now 정답은 does. Does she work at a bank? Okay. 네, 그러면은 let's now look at the third one. This one. Were there many animals at the park or was there many animals at the park? Okay. 네, 이거는 조금 어려운데 근데 우리 선생님들 할 수 있어요. Okay. 그래서 제가 5 seconds 주고 정답을 말할게요. 네, 그러면 정답은 were. Were there many animals at the park? 네, 왜냐면은 이거는요. Was there many animals at the park? 이거는 안 되죠. 왜냐면은 we're looking for plural. Were there many animals at the park? 그래서 정답입니다. 오케이? 네, 그러면 선생님들, 우리 오늘 ES 클래스를 다 끝났습니다. 네, 그러면은 다음 주에 또 그 영상에서 뵙겠습니다. 네, 감사합니다.